Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. We have people filing into the room yet. If filing is a good word, I don't know where that word comes from, but it seemed to work in the moment. Hi, everybody on Zoom. Thank you so much for showing us your beautiful faces so we can feel really connected with you this morning. This is going to be a beautiful morning, a beautiful day, as they all are, aren't they? It's a beautiful day simply to wake up. And so we're going to make this an extra special morning. And to start out, I'd like to open our time together by sharing our mission statement that has been in place since, I would say, about 2003 or 4. So it's on the screens. If you'd like to speak it with me, feel free. If you want to just sit in the energy of this commitment that the community has made, feel free to do that as well. We are an inclusive spiritual community where we recognize and express our oneness with our Creator and all creation. Now let's join together to sing our song. And this song is called Sanctuary. We've been doing this a long time too. And it helps us remember to be a sanctuary for our own hearts and for each other. Love, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true. With thanksgiving, I'll be a living sanctuary for you. Love, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true. With thanksgiving, I'll be a living sanctuary for you. One more time, let it ring. Love, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true. With thanksgiving, I'll be a living sanctuary for you, a sanctuary for you. Marlene?
Good morning, everybody. It's so nice to see you this morning. I just want to say that this is the first service that we've had since we crossed the threshold. How many of us feel a little different energetically? Is there any kind of a shift you feel? It's not just me, because I'm saying to you all that we kind of readapted something from years past during this last weekend, and that was to adapt ourselves and be known as the light on the mesa. So let's give ourselves a big yes, yes. I mean, really. If that isn't a testimony right there, the reality is this. We are the inspiration. We are the raisers of consciousness. We do it individually, we do it as a community, and we will be doing it throughout time, as long as that is our conscious focus. And we are so well placed in such a great time of our lives for all of us to just be free abandoned with our spirit and with our talents and with our enthusiasm. And you know what? Nobody knew I was going to say all this, but I was inspired this morning when I was brushing my teeth. I don't know how that all came about. But anyway, it is such a pleasure to see all of you here and to begin our new beginnings. And with that, I'm going to introduce our guest speaker, who is Christine Ahlen. Ahlen or Ahlen? She said either one is all right. I said, confuse me now. Okay. Christina was born in Switzerland and immigrated to the U.S. in 1996, where she joined an intentional Sufi community. In 2004, she and her young family moved to Colorado Springs, and she found unity in the Rockies. Here, she embarked on the study of New Thought, adding to the mystical Sufi training and metaphysical component to her faith development. She has since engaged in an in-depth study of unity teachings. In 2011, she graduated from Lift School of Theology and has served the bereaved community as a hospice grief counselor and chaplain for the past 11 years. She is pleased to be here with all of you today, and she will be speaking to us in just one moment, but I'd first like to call on you to do our opening prayer. Christina, please.
Good morning. In this time, let us open our hearts let us enter that inner sanctuary where we all know that we are whole, the place where we know we are safe, unconditionally supported and cared about. As we gather here in community, let our prayer this morning be that we may hold one another, that we may feel and support one another as unconditionally as we are held in the divine. And so be it.
Part of our wholeness when we come into this life as a newborn is everything, every person that came before us, isn't it? For each child that's born, a morning star rises and sings to the universe who we are. For each child that's born, a morning star rises and sings to the universe who we are. We are our grandmother's prayers. We are our grandfather's dreamings. We are the breath of the ancestors. We are the Spirit of God. We are mothers of courage, fathers of time, daughters of dust, and sons of great visions. We're sisters of mercy, brothers of love, lovers of life, and builders of nations, seekers of the truth, keepers of faith, makers of peace, and wisdom of ages. We are our grandmother's prayers. We are our grandfather's dreamings. We are the breath of the ancestors. We are the Spirit of God. For each child that's born, a morning star rises and sings to the universe who we are. For each child that's born, a morning star rises and sings to the universe who we are. For each child that's born, a morning star rises and sings to the universe. We are one. Christine?
Thank you. As always, I'm a little bit nervous. It just goes with the territory. We all know that end of October, beginning November is a time that in many, many cultures is set aside to commemorate those who went before us. And it has been done such for a very, very long time. Just last week, I also wanted to pay tribute for a moment to this beautiful ceremony that we have had last week. Who in the space was present last week? Many of you. So you may hold still that beautiful energy that was created. And as we commemorated the existence of the Unity community here in Colorado Springs over the last 100 years, I was really very impressed. Thank you for all of you who have put in such incredible time and research, and your soul was so tangible because I was changed just by the recognition that 100 years ago there were a few of us here somewhere on Boulder and there and on the west side, and that started something great. And I was like, wow, who knew? Who knew that they were the names of the ministers, of the people that carried this congregation, these people through the ages, some for half a year, some for 2, 8, some for 17 years, I think. And I was like, wow, who knew? And now we know. And what a beautiful thing to see that we in some way are the very vision of the people who started 100 years ago. And did they know? They probably would say, wow, who knew that there will be this incredible celebration? And we were just kind of like, getting together, because Myrtle liked Manitou Springs. So that was a sweet detail to know also. I want to thank you all, that today we will take this time of remembrance more from the community level into the private, into the individual personal layers, as we are celebrating the light on the Mesa, but also the light that we each hold for those who have gone before us. It is my intention that we all will create and have created and be a completely safe space for you to melt a little bit into your heart. And I just wanted to, of course, I always do a little research. So I found that the word to commemorate comes from the Latin, and it means to be brought together, or being brought together to mindfully relate. That's what commemorate means, to mindfully relate, and we relate to one another. We relate to those who have gone before us. Maybe in some way we relate to those who will be after us, but we also relate inside, within. And so this is the intention for this space that we create, a space to mindfully relate. All of us encounter many, many smaller losses in our lifetime, and then we also have those large, significant losses that will change the course of our lives, that will really lead us into deep introspection and inner transformation. These losses, they are not all deaths. The losses can also include moves. They can include loss of friendships, separations, and also, of course, the loss of dreams and opportunities that we each face even as we are getting older and our bodies are getting older as well. I wanted to see if you have the courage to see who had a significant loss in the last 10 years. Yeah. How about 5 years? And 2 years? Yes. Here we are. How about in the last year? Who had significant loss in the last year? I just want you to hold you in our heart. I think we all hold each other in our hearts at this time. We can be understood today as a community of mourners, an inclusive community of mourners, and that there is space for that. Some people may think, oh no, what a downer. Right? Oh, no, we have to talk about that. Yeah. I made them laugh. Okay, now I'm good. I'm good. It's like someone said, you have to make them laugh. Julie there, she said, you gotta make them laugh. Okay. We are a society, unfortunately, and I work with death, and I work with the bereaved community and have for the many, many years now, and it's definitely my heart's passion. It's kind of weird, but I just love being here with you and that we can find this time being heartfelt and remembering our loved ones is not a downer. It makes us soft. It makes us vulnerable, and it can, I hope, in the spirit of the space that we create together, is that we will feel love and that we also will summon up the gratitude that we have. I would like to encourage you to take good care of yourself. So please know that. We live in a culture that struggles with the healthy expressions of grief and with the heartfelt expressions of grief. And often, very often, I hear maybe not us in this space, but that it is even challenging for us to know how to truly support those who are going through a difficult time and a time of dismantling of a life after significant loss. The grief journey is a time of deep, deep introspection and meaning making. And I'm always wondering why, as our bereaved, as we are facing so many changes and transformation in our lives, that we are often surrounded by people who urge us to move on. You gotta move on. They had a good life, and now they have an even better life. It's time for you to move on. It's time to let it go. Have any of you heard that? Yes, and how did that feel? You gotta move on? Not so great, right? I don't know why in our culture, in the Western culture, we put such an emphasis on the moving forward, where truly grief is a lot about looking back. Sometimes it's called one of the paradoxes of grief. It is a very important time to look back. And this moving on and letting go, in my humble opinion, is a very misguided belief that sets up expectations that is neither helpful nor very life-giving to any of us. In my work in grief support, I have learned that grief is really a journey that is traveled at each person's own pace, in their own time, with their own struggles and their own process. The grief journey entails profound life changes if we let it go deep, as well as deep personal and often the invitation to spiritual transformation. The grief journey really is an integration process, a healing process by which we over time, return to a restored sense of wholeness. That's what the grief journey does for us. I would like together to reflect on Helen Keller's quote. I put some of the little cards out on the tables in the dining room, fellowship hall. Here it is, Helen Keller, beautiful woman. What we once enjoyed and deeply loved, we can never lose. For all that we love deeply becomes part of us. I read that again. What we once enjoyed and deeply loved, we can never lose. For all that we love deeply becomes part of us. And what that says is that the invitation of the grief journey is much more about integrating and reconciling our losses. It is more about building the legacy, opening our hearts to the love and the caring, but also building the legacy of those who have gone before us, just as you sang in this beautiful song, we are the dreams of those that went before us. And how do we live that? It is less about letting go than it is about the discovering of the truth that love is enduring. Rather than moving on, we are called to embrace the changed yet ongoing and vital relationship with those who went before us, or with all that we have left behind. The ongoing vital relationship with those who've gone before us. This is why we are here. How do we do that? To embrace this continued love and caring, to build the legacy of our loved ones, to get their strength and refine strength as we live and as we move forward, to share the gifts that they have given to us. This is really why we're here today. And to commemorate, as we have seen, really means that we come together and we mindfully relate. How do we mindfully relate? And whatever we start here, you may carry home and may just spend a little thought on, reflect on how do we live what we have lost? How does it work? The desire to be remembered lives within our genetic makeup. We like to be remembered, right? Yeah. You know, people making carving in trees, which is, I don't like that, but they put their little initials into the trees. They put handprints, all kinds of things. Some of us want to do great things because how would we live? How do we live if we think that we don't make any impact? That there's nothing, nobody that will be a sign of us having been here. So please think of this time that we spent together in remembrance of those who went before us as a gift to them, that they are remembered. This is very precious. It is what they would have wanted, to be remembered, not remembered only in difficulty. I am very aware that many relationships, if they are real relationships, they oftentimes also can be conflicted, can be difficult, and that's what forgiveness work is about. But how about in this time together, even if there are some knots in there, how about we choose relationships or blessings we have received that come easy, that come in a heartfelt way. I would like to outline our ceremony that we're going to be doing here for you today, because soon I'll be quiet. What we will do is we will spend a moment and be quiet. I will then encourage you to speak the names of those who went before us, the things, recall those in your heart. And I would like, if you have the strength, to speak their name, and that we again focus on gratitude. And Connie will then start, she called this noodling. I've just learned a new word today. It's called noodling. So she will give us a sound. Yes, okay, so she will give us a sound, and that sound will carry us into a humming. I would like you to encourage you to hum along in support of each one of us. It will be quiet with noodling, and we will just hold a hum, and then Julie and Brad will lead us row after row very quietly to drop your little candle into one of those containers. Does everybody have a candle? Yes. If you don't have a candle, Brad is already ready to give you one. All right, so Brad and Julie will be here for you to kind of know that we don't all get here at the same time. And again, to mindfully relate this, to just in your heart be able to drop this candle in here and pick up a candle. I got candles here. And I imagined that we would have this celestial sound, you know, just a high note. And so I got those candles, and when they arrived, they sounded like this. All right. It's more the sound of little cowbells than it is. But then I thought maybe its purpose is to commemorate the cows coming down the Swiss Alps, and there will be the whole valley fills with this sound. So we'll take it as it comes, but we will do together a reading. How are they called? A responsive reading, and then we will ring our bells, and this will be our ceremonies. Are you all up for something like that? Yes. Sweet. Okay. All right. I now ask you to hold your little candle, votive candle, in your hands. You can hold it to your heart if you wish. You can close your eyes and take some deep breaths into your heart. I ask you to release all worry at this time. Take another deep breath, and you slowly sink into your heart. Who are you remembering today? Let us recall how we felt in their presence, how we felt in our hearts. Let their name or names arise in you now, and if you so wish, speak their names now. Let us tap into the felt sense of what it was like to be seen, to see them. And let us step in the safe space of our remembering. Remember one of the gifts they shared with you, and hold that in your heart now. As we sit here embraced by the support of one another, can you let yourself be open, holding the many gifts you received, the lessons learned, the laughter shared? If yes, let us find a sense of gratitude now. Yes, we can hold sorrow and gratitude in our hearts at the same time. Let us shift our attention toward all that we are thankful for what we had, for all the gifts received, the gift of life we shared, the belonging. Open your heart now deeply to feel the gratitude. Let us now, row after row, come to the front of the sanctuary and drop the candle into any one of the water containers. The candle is the symbol of love enduring. The ceremony is a reflection on the changed yet vital relationship with all those who have gone before us. Please take your time, and also the people on Zoom. If you wish, you may raise your hand on your computer so that Julie and Brad will be able to add a candle in your name at the end of this ceremony. Kani will now give us a sound, and I ask you to maintain a humming sound as long as you can. If you take a break, please regroup and let's hear the breath of life in this space. Thank you. For those of us who can, please stand. We have the words on the screen soon, and we will together do this responsive reading. You will remember them, we remember them, you will read those. At the rising of the sun and at its going down, we remember them. At the blowing of the wind and in the chill of winter, we remember them. At the opening of buds and in the rebirth of spring, we remember them. At the shining of the sun and in the warmth of summer, we remember them. At the rustling of the leaves and in the beauty of autumn, we remember them. At the beginning of the year and when it ends, we remember them. As long as we live, they too will live, for they are now a part of us as we remember them. When we are weary and in need of strength, we remember them. When we are lost and sick at heart, we remember them. When we have joy we want to share, we remember them. As long as we live, they too will live, for they are now a part of us as we remember them. Let's hear those bells, the cows. Ooh. Moo. You may sit. Thank you so much. Today and every day, let us honor and remember our loved ones, our lost dreams, and our longings. Love does not end when we lose a loved one. Love does not end when a relationship ends. Today we acknowledge that we have gathered as a community because we have loved deeply, and we continue to love deeply because love, the power of love, is our ground of being. Let us hold in our hearts now that we may heal over time, that we may feel whole again when the time is right, that we may live into Helen Keller's wisdom when the time is right. Because what we once enjoyed and deeply loved, we can never lose. For all that we love deeply becomes part of us. Look at these lights, all those lights. This is the other light on the mesa. Look at the love in this room, the softness, the vulnerability, the strength. I ask you to fill this whole sanctuary with your love, to just let it grow bigger and bigger in your hearts, that we may fill this whole space with so much love that we can hardly stand it. And then, as we do that, to just really grow and let it grow and get bigger and bigger and expand it into this space and out of this space, all into flowing into this city, flowing across this country, the world, reaching all of those that we remember now, and also those who have no one left to remember them. Let us remember them too. There's enough love here to remember all those who are no longer remembered. This is love. This love is what the world runs on, what our lives runs on. It's the divine love in and through us, always embracing, caring, and moving forward. Let us build the legacy of our loved ones as we engage our world. Let our loved ones live in our hearts and through our actions always. Blessings to you on this journey, and thank you.
You are standing on the shoulders of the ones who came before you. They are giving you their courage, and they say, we're glad you're in this world. May the light of the ancestors encircle you. May the light of the ancestors encircle you. And may this light stay with you your whole life through. May the light of the ancestors encircle you. Please repeat after me. I am the light of the soul. I am beautiful. I am bountiful. I am this. I am. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. Marlene.
What a beautiful, beautiful ceremony. Thank you so much, Christina. And Connie, for your beautiful music. I think we all felt that very deeply. Thank you so much. Are you going to be here after fellowship to speak with people if they so desire? So if you want to talk to Christina after the sermon, or after we get through here, she will be here for us. Thank you. I want to thank all of you for being here today and for your generosity in giving and keeping that in mind. I want to point out our offering box in the back. We also have envelopes in the back of the chairs that you can stuff with money. And we also can pay on PayPal on the website. So if you feel an inclination to give, to build this extraordinary light on the mesa, that's us. Each one of our lights, look how it multiplies. I mean, it's just amazing. So I'll ask the people, Kayla, or there you go. Thank you so much. So let's together affirm our abundance. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you so much. Now we're going to go into announcements, but as we've done in the past, we're trying to let you know that all of this is in the newsletter. So we're just going to highlight some things, details. Go to the newsletter, and if you don't get the newsletter, be sure you talk to an usher, and they will get your information. That is really the best way to know what's going on, because we've got a lot going on most of the time, which is a good thing. So I want to remind you of Amazon Smile. That's another way we can give to our Unity family here and to Worldwide Unity, is by signing up for Amazon Smile, and we get a percentage of all of that we spend. If you are interested in the basics class, Unity Basics class, it's going to be today from 11:15 to 12:15. Anything else you want to say, Linda? Thank you, dear. Also, I want to remind you that because we are a member of the community supporting West Side Cares, you are invited to support their annual Thanksgiving Baskets program by Sunday, November 6th. And again, details are in the newsletter. So please, please take a look. Also, our Unity cookbook sales, they are being sold out in the lobby. They're beautifully done. I mean, beautifully done. Let's. Who had a hand in doing the cookbook? Oh, excellent, excellent, beautiful. They are absolutely lovely, and thank you all for those of you who contributed your recipes, because that what makes the book. It's great. So anyway, also thank you for everyone who made our celebration last weekend such a success. We had so many people with their heartfelt energy just really making it happen. Let's hear it for everybody. I mean, we all made it happen in our own way. Happy birthday to us. Let's see. Donna has something to say. She has a correction.
Good morning. The details in the e-blast are wrong about the tree. I misheard our tree expert. So the first 2 weeks we're watering twice a day, and we have myself and Forrest, and we're tree mamas, and we come up twice a day and water that beautiful northern red oak. Okay. But starting next week, we will need volunteers, and we need to 4 times a week for 2 months. And then after that, every 7 or 10 days, because that'll be winter, okay? So I have a sign-up list, and River made me a sign-up list, and it's probably all wrong because I misunderstood the watering cycle. So if you're interested and close to the church, it only takes about 15 minutes, if that, okay? And you can come and meditate and, help that beautiful centennial tree grow, and also help yourself become grounded. And so I encourage you to come and sign up. And it's just about, like I said, 10, 15, max 20 minutes. So thank you so much.
Thanks, Donna. And if you haven't seen the tree, it's over here, and it's absolutely over here. And it is particularly beautiful when the sun shines through the leaves. I mean, talk about another light on the mesa. I love it. I want to remind you that the bingo team is requesting your assistance. And Don, do you want to say anything about that? Don Turner is the one you want to get in touch with if you are interested in bingo. And a lot of fun. That's great. Also, I want to invite all of you after service today to the fellowship hall where we have goodies, and to remind you next week, being the first week of the month, if your last name ends in A, B, C, D, E, then you are being invited to bring some goodies. So there you go. So, Connie, I think, or no, Rhett. Where is Rhett? He is going to be doing our closing prayer. Thank you, dear.
Thank you. Let's see if I can hold this close enough to my mouth this time. All right. So my prayer today is actually inspired by Charles Fillmore and his book Atom Smashing that I've been enjoying. So if you all close your eyes and take a deep breath with me. Find that peaceful, quiet place in your heart. Connect with that and know that we are all beings of God. God lives within us. Acknowledge it and proceed to take possession of your own inner God, Irdum and essence. And know that you are the face of God and we are the light on the mesa. And take that light into the world this week and forever. And I would just like to say amen. And please say any of your loved ones' names that you will need to pray for today. And with that, we say amen, and so it is.
Rhett, are you the prayer chaplain on duty today for people who would like to pray with you? So if you, after service, would like to have some prayer time with Rhett, just come and find him. He'll be, where are you going to hang out? Oh, in the minister's office, which is right next to the front door. Okay. And online on Zoom, know that you can call the prayer chaplain line anytime, and a prayer chaplain will get back with you. Thank you, everyone, for being here this morning. Christine, thank you so much for all the work you went through today to prepare this ceremony for everyone in the month of Ancestors. So let's all stand. I think we can, if you come up to the very front and go to the double doors, we should be able to make a big circle to sing our closing song. And everybody on Zoom, feel your hands in our warm ones, or my cool ones, as it might be, and see yourself in this space with us as we sing together. Let the light within you shine. We are all connected. Look into another's eyes. See your light reflected. We are one light, shining souls in harmony. We are one light, shining in unity. Have a blessed week, everyone. There are goodies down in the fellowship hall. If you're on Zoom and you're local, jump in your car. Come on down and have a cup of coffee with everybody. We'll see you next week. Have a wonderful week. We are the light on the mesa. We shine that everyone may see. Come home to the light on the mesa and set your spirit free. We are the light on the mesa. We shine that everyone may see. Come home to the light on the mesa and set your spirit free. We are the light on the mesa. We shine that everyone may see. Come home to the light on the mesa and set your spirit free. And set your spirit free.